Okay, guys, so we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I'll be your friendly Fate Weaver today, because today we are carrying on with our ongoing adventure playing Ryan Vernier's outstanding Gothic Fantasy RPG, Blackbirds. And with me today are the stars of the Truth in Ashes adventure, or our Blackbirds mini campaign. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing tonight? First up, we've got our resident armor smith, Dave.
Hey everybody, I'm Dave. I'm playing Drew. Oh no, sorry. Playing Amorous Batch. He's a walker of the Path of Shadow and Subterfuge.
Very nice. Next up is Jeffrey.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeff, and I'm playing Kenyon Maddox. He is a Elklander, and he walks the path of bow and blade.
Very nice. Next up is Andrew.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrew. I haven't been here in a while, but I'm still playing Tagwin AIDS, who is still a human Elklander and is still traveling the path of craft and expertise, I think.
Yes.
We'll see if I'm still alive and what's going on in a few minutes.
Yeah, we have some, I think George and Dave will have some interesting things to share with you. But last, and certainly not least, is George.
Hey everybody, I'm George. I am playing Leitner Bluenose, who is also human, but he hails from Tule.
Very nice.
And he follows the path of odd and ritual. Yes.
So speaking of an odd ritual, guys, what happened last time? I know that Jeffrey and Andrew were not able to be there, but let me bring you over to a little bit of a reminder here.
I mean, there's nothing like horrific burned into my mind, if that's what you're asking. There's not something I can't unsee.
Yeah. So we have a handout now that I'm sure I'll have no difficulty finding again with the name, but does that jog any traumatic memories?
Yeah. We went following Kenyon's good friend, the Prince, Prince Robot, who had told us that his father had been killed and he had been blamed for the murder, but he was innocent and he's a good guy and he's just in a bad place at a bad time, all that kind of stuff. And we fell for that sob story. And maybe we still should, I don't know. But we just had heard from one of the underlings in the camp, a squire to one of the knights, that he sneaks off in the woods at night and does weird shit. And we were like, no, how bad could it be? Maybe he's like cavorting with demons or something, making promises he can't keep, that kind of thing. So we followed him into this creepy woods with like corpses on the ground and shriveled husks of bodies that, Leitner was investigating. And while Leitner was investigating that, our other character, Will's character? Naldo. And Amorous went forward and saw that monstrosity sitting against a tree, eating a deer. And it was, terrifying. Until Sir Rabat got stripped down and crawled into its womb.
What?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And while he was in there, the creature spit up some other creature, which went running off into the forest. And then that
looking
that
for
creature,
you all, actually.
Yeah,
it seems
looking for us, but we were sneaking around. And then,
so this, as I described the kind of anglerfish jaws last time, guys. Here's a good that creature behind with the anglerfish or lamprey-like jaw. That is what came out covered in some kind of substance,
mucus or whatnot,
staggering around naked, claws and teeth born, and it did not find you guys and crawled its way back inside. And then shortly thereafter,
Crawled its way back inside the other creature?
Yes.
there
And
were
then
more
Sir-
than one of them inside.
And then Robat left after that, covered in goo,
Yep.
for lack of better terminology.
Can I just express my thorough and utter disappointment in all of you for not handling this while I was gone, so I don't have to deal with this?
Yeah,
Purposely
we were
held
pretty.
off so that you would be a part of this.
Yeah, I'm getting that sense.
We were pretty grateful that you weren't here for the discoveries because, the difficulty you had sleeping with more tame things. So, and this thing as well, if you need to know for scale, it is about 12 feet tall.
Oh, joy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like your head.
So
We
it's
sized it up and said, maybe this isn't something we want to even try to handle at the moment.
Exactly. It's definitely of the odd, but potentially of the gods.
yeah. And after it had gone, Naldo recovered some of the detritus left behind. It's not correct to call it afterbirth, but whatever the unholy, undead, unnatural equivalent of it is, that is what he recovered. And what he revealed is that he had actually found something similar, if not identical, back in Carrick. The reason you may recall he has been freaking out when he first saw him and he seemed traumatized by something he had seen in Carrick, it is brushing up against something like this. And he is able to track it now with his... whatever has happened to his spirit from having brushed up against this thing. He now has the ability to track it, but it has lumbered off into the forest, and it seems as if Sir Robat has returned to Malgrave Keep. Jeff or Andrew, any questions about what was witnessed last time?
Oh, hey, I'm just confused about Sir Robat. How did he interact with this thing?
He stripped down naked, and then he crawled down onto hands and knees on the ground in between its legs and went down in between its legs and into its womb.
Yeah.
And let me just point out, this all happened because of a weather roll.
Yeah.
I thought you said that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And then he came out again later.
Yeah.
He went in there for a while.
But went in,
Yep.
and he was, being kind of childlike at first going in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I do have a question, which is, Kevin, are you okay?
I made a point of,
hurt you.
much as I would love to take credit for that, this is an actual thing from the rule book. So
Yeah, you could open up your Blackbirds book to page 371 or something, and it's a full page. So you can go and check it out again later, Andrew, if you want.
Yeah,
I
whenever
don't know
you're
why I'm
forgetting
doing
it,
this, but-
you can just bookmark the page.
No, it's not 371. I mean,
I mean, the thing on 371 is fucking horrifying enough as it is.
you're not far after 471 is the
471.
471.
Okay.
Sorry, Andrew, I gave you an extra haunt.
Oh, it's
The wrong page
fine.
number.
I mean, I am actually fine. Like, I don't actually genuinely
It's just
anticipate getting in that. Yeah, here it is.
There it
Yeah. Yeah.
full glory.
Yeah. So that thing lumbered off almost like, a giant, horrific toddler. And they noticed the footprints left behind by this as well, Kenyon.
Oh, I suppose they look a lot like the footprints by the cabin.
Correct.
Yeah.
And also, just to be clear, some of these, all these various bodies that we discovered that were all kind of shriveled up, basically they're hollowed out, and but those people are still in town, so they must be, have been body snatched or something. There seem to be imposters or something in the town. So there's more than just the people we know about. So we don't know who to trust is the problem.
And you had done some kind of check on the odd or something, and this was potentially a divine creature of some sort?
Yeah. We definitely did not want to interact.
Oh, this is the good guy? I can't wait to see the bad guy.
This is of the gods. That does not necessarily mean it is the good guy.
What is a good guy in this setting, Jeff?
Yeah, this thing, obviously.
Well,
It's
you are
friends with the
agents of
deer.
fate.
It's
So-
the god of birthing.
Emerson's
Sure.
pretty good.
The god of birthing.
So, and the other thing is, we had snuck out of the keep, so we had not been seen. So the intention, if we were to go back, I don't think we actually did anything. We just stopped here. But if we go back, we need to sneak back in somehow, so we don't get caught.
I think we need to just kill Robat, like
Okay.
right away, right a fucking way.
But he could also be like, possessed or something, right? I think that was something you mentioned, George.
Yeah, it's really unclear because these bodies are still out there. So I don't know which body we saw. Was it the corpse of the human, humanoid being that lived in the town before, or is it the corpse of some other creature that, it left behind and it took over the body, and now I don't know which of those two happened, but I starting to think that it's the former where the real people are dead, and this is just they're transformers basically. They just went and took their forms.
Well, at any rate, the only kind of exorcism I know how to do involves a long sword. So,
Right.
All right.
I don't know. What do you guys think? I think we just gotta kill him.
I thought about doing a wart cunning roll. I don't think I did one, but I don't know if this is even. It's too messed up. Maybe it's probably not of the natural world, or
To determine what?
if Robat was, if he's under his own, influence, or if he's. That's probably not even wart cunning. Then.
No, and that's probably not something you can make a skill roll to determine. Like, you guys would need something to go on to try and determine. What Lechner can tell you is that he has seen, when he was traveling down, he encountered one village that was sort of like this, where there were imposters from within, and then these hollowed out things came in after. That time it wiped out a village. And in the course of the Betrayers' War, who the fuck notices one village being gone? You just assume it was consumed by conflict, or that it was it was wiped out by one of the armies, and you just don't know which one, or people have just moved in response.
In reality, apparently there were these pale white figures who came into the village and took the people. So more of that also can happen. So these nearby villagers, their lives are, still under threat as well. But the mom and the son, Robat and his mother, are basically in the same category now. So I don't know whose side we're on.
The thief that Emrys caught as well, the former squire who is currently hiding east of Mulgrave Keep in the woods, she saw this and tried warning her master, Sir Simonis, and he struck her for it. She still had the shiner that resulted from it when Emrys caught her.
So he's probably in on it.
Yes.
But isn't he also married to Robat's sister?
No, it's a different guy.
Different guy.
Different
That is Sir Anwys.
Sir Anwys.
Sir Anwys Dew.
I mean, we had suspected Sir Simonis previously as well. The person that's a question is Lord Celestianus.
Yeah.
He possibly may be is it himself.
Or maybe he's the architect behind it all. We have no idea.
I mean,
Possible.
you guys really think I'd have a sinister, scowling, bald guy and have him be the bad guy? Come on. Give me some credit here, guys. Or am I playing against expectations for what I would do?
The subverted the expectations. Yeah.
So,
Players are going to suspect him immediately, so I'm going to make him the good guy. But then they'll also think that he might be the good guy, so I'm going to make him the bad guy.
Exactly.
So therefore, it's clearly
Yeah.
he's
It's
the
that whole,
good guy.
you know that I know that you know that I know.
There's
Oh,
a
I've got
Princess Bride
cross-eyed.
joke in here somewhere.
Yeah. There's an old Eddie
Never
Murphy.
go against a lawyer when player lives are on the line. Or character lives are on the line.
so
Yep.
All right.
how do Tagwin and
Yeah.
Kenyon react to what you have seen here? And what we could maybe assume is that you guys were hanging back, keeping an eye out for, any interference, and this is, Licknir and Emrys come back, ashen face, to tell you what they've seen. I think both of them are carrying a pretty hefty peril because of seeing this thing.
I fear we've been sent here to kill my friend.
You're right.
That is a heavy burden.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite a calm reaction from to what we just saw, but
No, we didn't see
Yes.
the grossness, did we? Oh, just from a distance?
You guys could, if you think your character would have seen it, we'll just make quick rolls for peril, because it is particularly horrifying, and you likely
Right.
would not come away unscathed from it. So why don't we? That's
sure.
probably easier. So why don't
Sure,
you?
why don't we say
Yeah,
that?
and you guys have a ton of fortune, and I have very little misfortune. And when does it ever go bad with me getting misfortune?
That reminds me. Did either Dave or I have to flip?
Oh, good question. Did anyone spend their fate last time?
I don't remember.
Yes.
I feel
And
like,
Dave, are you on?
I feel like I must have.
Are you on 2 flips or 1 flip right now? I think 1 flip.
One flip.
1 flip. Okay. Did you spend yours as well, Licknir?
I think so.
Okay. So each of you guys give us a flip.
I have 0.
Let's see if you. Oh, then yeah, for sure. So pick your side of your coin and go ahead and give us a flip.
Okay.
X.
Right.
The queen is good and the loony is bad? Oh, I don't know.
I don't want to be expressing my anti-monarchist tendencies too clearly here, but I've got a choice of which one's bad.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the innocence of nature is good. So the loon will get my fate back,
Yep.
and the queen will keep me impoverished forever. I mean,
I mean, it fits more with your character.
looks like I'm rolling twice tomorrow next week.
Oh, see?
I picked the flower as my good one, and I flipped it.
Okay, good. All right, so Leknir's got his back. Emrys, you're flipping twice next time. Then
And we're rolling what, resolve?
you're gonna roll. I think it's resolve. Yeah, let me double check here, because it is. Let's see here. Oh yeah, no, you just take damage. Hold on. When you see it for the first time, you don't get to roll.
There's no roll.
Yeah.
Objection.
Yeah. Guys, have I mentioned how much I love this game? It's really fucking good.
So what do we take?
Just rolling right now. Okay, so this will be.
Oh, it's just damage. Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Peril. So this will be for Kenyon.
Oh, I'm instantly incapacitated.
Well, only if it's over your peril threshold.
Well, except that I'm already 1, 2, 3. Well, it's right at the bottom of the chart.
Value.
No. If his peril condition track is already at
Five.
3 skill ranks,
I know, but if he has greater than 10, he won't take any damage.
Yeah.
So he'll be fine.
If he has strong mental fortitude, then he doesn't take any damage. But it's a
Yeah.
low
Right, except that it's a 5.
Well then.
So that's 2. So yeah, you passed out when you saw this, and then Tagwin.
Yeah.
10, 18. Great, so that's 2 levels. Thankfully I was unhindered. So, but I am at one. I go right to ignore one skill point right out of the gate.
Yeah, I was down to 2. Ignore 2.
Hold
Or
on.
did I already have? I don't know. It said I was unhindered, but I haven't been here in a while, so I might.
Yeah,
have
hold on.
gotten that
But
wrong.
remember, like you count up for every 6 points above that. So your peril threshold is a 9. That's 2 steps down for you.
Yeah, and I was unhindered. So then imperiled is 1. Ignore 1 skill rank is 2.
Oh, you didn't have any problem before. Okay.
That's why I'm saying if I had gotten that part wrong, the starting point wrong, then that's fine. I'll take another.
No. That's
point,
correct. That's correct.
It said I was at unhindered. So
Sorry, guys. Your audio is breaking up a fair bit again. I don't know what.
actually, I don't think I've been here since the last rekindling, so that might actually make sense.
Is it everybody's?
Yeah, it's everyone's breaking up, and like I don't understand why. The CPU usage is not maxed out. Memory's not maxed out. The disk is not maxed out. There's no reason why this should be breaking up the way it is. It just fucking is. So, my apologies for those listening at home. We thought we had fixed this thing, but Zoom is still causing issues for us. So, go ahead and say something again, guys. Let's see if we're.
Check.
Hello.
Yeah, it's still pixelating a little bit or breaking up a bit.
Dragon Age the Veilguard launches.
Oh, yeah. It's fine. Like it's a little better. It spiked for a moment there where I just I couldn't understand what Jeff was saying for a moment. I'll have to go back to the drawing board of trying to figure it out. I have another workaround to try, but we'll try that on Friday, I think. But so ATS, you're down 2. So Canyon fucking fully passed out with that. So, and I don't remember how long you're out for when you pass out altogether. Let's take a look here. It's probably an hour.
Regardless, we are all going to be in some form of hindered, imperiled something. So we're gonna need to take a rest collectively.
Yeah. So if you do, then you would need to try and find either try and find a campsite to have a safe place. You could just try and take a rest without finding a safe place, but it'll limit your recovery.
Right.
And I think you guys are out of Salmiak right now too, aren't you?
Yeah.
I think so.
We gotta.
Yep.
Unless Tagwin's got some, I'm pretty sure the rest of us are out.
No, I think I used it because now the more I think about it, the more I'm pretty convinced we were the last rekindling was when I was playing.
Okay.
Which I would have certainly used it.
Yeah, I don't think you guys, because you had that. You had a couple nights in town in the woods or whatever, and then you made your way to Ramblecross, that town, but you didn't even stay there overnight. You immediately kind of went out into the woods. So I think you're right. I'm not sure there has been a rekindling yet.
I mean, it technically would, because this was the middle of the night, so it technically would have been overnight this night, but we didn't do it. Instead, we went out to the woods again.
Yeah,
That's
we
right.
were going to have a rekindling, and I went to go get bread to do my wart hunting spell. And then while I was out, we learned about this thing, and we said, okay, well, let's just go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop being a hero.
Okay. Then I'm just checking here for recuperation time. As for injuries, coming from damage, here we go. Yeah, you might need to drag Canyon unless he wants to spend a fate point to ignore that that last level. You may need to do a rekindling. What do you think, Canyon?
Can we drag him?
Yeah, I guess I could spend a fate to just be at remain at 3 levels.
Yeah.
and not be knocked out. Sure.
Okay. So
Let's do
then, you guys. So before we started making all these rules, you had asked Tagwin about what you had seen. So yes, you have all seen this, and you've all seen what Robat had done.
Yeah.
So.
Well, if we are to kill it, then the better we be quick about it, because I can't suffer that thing to live. That I'm gonna have nightmares until that thing is gone.
I've had nightmares before now, leading us here. This must be the culmination. Feels like that anyway. This is why we're all sent here, I'm sure.
Kenyon and Tagwin, this is... Emrys was able to kind of tell you where you are in navigating. This is kind of equidistant between the Black Tower and Mulgrave Keep.
Right.
We could avoid going back to Mulgrave Keep and go to the Black Tower and see if perhaps they've got an idea of what to do, or...
You mean essentially go back to our original quest in the first place?
Yeah,
And
we
see
still
if-
haven't made it to where we dreamt of.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we also could try to just find some lodging as well, near there, and then go to the tower and stuff in the daytime, whatever, after we rekindle.
We could go try to get to that farm where everyone's missing. Hopefully it's vacant and...
Yeah.
Let me ask this, guys. Why is this thing in this place?
That is an excellent question. Perhaps there's something about the land here that draws it.
I mean more the
Much
placement being as close to Mulgrave
Oh,
Keep as it is to the Black Tower.
Yes, I do definitely believe that they are all working together.
oh,
Robot and his mother.
right, if it's equidistant between the two, that would mean it's kind of controlling both, right?
Yeah. That is my...
So you're thinking that heading to the Black Tower not only may not get us any more answers, it might just find the same exact situation going on.
Shit.
Well, I mean, we can't know that.
But we would also be potentially leaving an enemy behind us. Save Robat if we can, but if he can't be saved...
I mean, if we thought we needed to take both of them out, it would be easier to take out Sir Robot for multiple reasons. One, fewer defenders around him. Two, we have access to the keep where he stays. And three, Kenyon is ostensibly friends with him. And well, I remembered, Kenyon, that there's something strange about his conversations with you. And you can tell me if I'm wrong, you know him better than I do. He seemed to only reference things that happened a long time ago.
Quite a while, yes.
And is that because you just haven't seen each other for so long? Or did he seem to have a gap in his memory or something?
Maybe that's some kind of a gap that could make sense, actually.
Well, I just wondered if it would be a way to deduce if somebody is, one of these things or not. If they have missing pieces of their memories or something, maybe they can't get full access to the memories of the person they've overtaken.
Right, it's
No.
it's a simplification of their minds.
Perhaps.
So you're saying that Sir Robat might not be Sir Robat? It might be like one of the husks, or...
Yes, I think.
Or an
he is.
imposter?
I think he's an imposter. That is an imposter. Like physical imposter. There is no. I think Robot is dead, in every way. I could
Well,
be
at
wrong.
least it gave us some upgraded gear. Make it easier to take him down.
But either way, it seems to me we must get some rest before we proceed. And for that, we need a safe place. And I don't know about you. I have seen many strange things, but the thing we just saw was the strangest, to say the least. And it lurks here in these woods. Perhaps we should move to another space, and then discuss our next steps.
Yes.
You'll see no complaints out of me.
I do not wish to return to that camp, in all honesty. But nor do I feel safe out here.
Farmstead?
We can go to the farmstead. The good thing about that is we would not be returning to the keep. I would assume that it would alert Sir Robot that we must have discovered what was going on. So if there was an element of surprise we were hoping for, I think we would have lost that. But that would only be solved if we did go back to the keep, sneak back in, so no one was the wiser that we had witnessed anything strange, and then make our plans for dealing with him.
What if we went back to Robot's camp, to the keep, and snuck in and had as good of sleep as we could get there?
So we don't try not to alert them to anything.
We don't know they don't know anything they don't know we were gone. They don't know we've learned anything. Nothing's out of the ordinary. He sends us off to go deal with his mother. We have a legit reason now to leave, and he's not alerted to anything. We can always come back later and deal with him if we have to.
Yes, and they already want us dead, it seems. Right?
Right.
Weren't they coming to look for us?
I think the people from the keep were coming because we were mercenaries and we had arrived in their town. I don't know if they know anything about us.
But I thought that creature said something.
Oh.
There was much going on, and I was down away from the creature when it first appeared. I got the impression that whoever these things are, wanted us dead now, or controlled.
I think the creature had noticed something and then sent out its little hunting spy, but I don't know what drove that.
Yeah, and it returned without finding any of you, and it re-entered the orifice and seemingly was still in there when the larger creature got up to leave.
Yeah. Well, at least what we do know is they are paranoid, I guess rightfully, so we have to bear that in mind. Cannot act in any way strangely if we do return to the keep. Then they would know that we were aware. But Kenyon, what do you think? I know this lands hardest on you.
At first, I'm still torn, but I feel we must know what's going on at the Black Tower. Are they also possessed by this? I don't feel we are equipped to handle all that is going on here.
One thing that would weigh on Emrys and Lichtir's mind is, do you remember who Lady Irwin has allied herself with?
Oh, the Agitites? Swordmasters? No. What are they called? The Sigilites. That's it. Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
So she's got mage hunters, or she's got a bunch of fanatics in her camp. That might not make things any easier.
No.
What if we go to see Robot, or we sneak back in, we have a night's rest, we say Robot we're going, and then we get to the tower and the Sigilites start asking weird questions. Like, yeah, we just heard that Sir Robot said Mulgrave Keep, it's over there. Let them do the dirty work. Sigilites.
Yeah. I mean, that might work.
That's an interesting question.
Yeah, what's that?
Kenyon, why do you think they haven't just come to Mulgrave Keep and dealt with them?
It's freaking hard to get here.
I mean, that's what we originally thought was the difficulty in getting here, but I mean, maybe if this is just them spreading their control, right?
Oh. What if she is in league with her son?
I think that is what is happening, unfortunately.
What a better way to clamp down on the populace than say there's evil afoot and I've got this order of magic hunters.
Not for nothing, Kenyon was a squire to the Sigilites in his youth. He washed out. But yeah, they're sort of, the adage that when you have a hammer, every problem looks like a nail. Replace nail with, witch, and replace hammer with pyre. And that's sort of what the Sigilites are known for. So,
right.
In your experience, Kenyon, the level of dogmatism and the lack of consideration of nuance among the Sigilites, if someone told them so-and-so is allied with devils, they would happily go along to fight against those things in most cases, without question.
Right.
They just don't know where the nail is yet.
They also don't know that, if she is allied, what a better place to hide. It's like what Robat said, what better place to hide from as a witch than at the command of a bunch of witch hunters.
First things first, we need a night's rest. We go to the farm or we go back to Mulgrave Keep?
Does anyone have a strong opinion either way? Kenyon, I know there's a deeper level of this for you. How are you feeling about it?
I'm going to have a hard time looking Robat in the face. I can tell you that. It will take resolve to not draw my sword.
Right.
That is either my friend possessed or something that has replaced him.
In either case.
Yeah.
Well, then it's
The problem
on the farm.
is, yes, because I agree. Because if we may get caught. I'm feeling a little off kilter at the moment, and if we do, obviously there will be questions, and then that may lead to some kind of showdown.
Right.
So I do think the farm makes the most sense now, and even though we would probably have given ourselves away, I see no other way to survive. I think this is what fate has determined we do.
And we have to get at least close enough to the camp that I can swing around to the east side and tell that young lady to leave, or she's waiting for us on the east side of the camp. If she's still waiting, if she's not. But I'd hate to have her get caught up in this and get...
Yeah. Well, what's our plan? Everybody good with going to the farm?
I think so.
So mechanically, remember that your next leg of travel will be another, set of travel rules. which will likely expose you to more imperiling conditions. Remember that you can, during a rekindling, indulge in revelry or reflection, which can benefit your recovery for perils.
Well, should we at least search around here? Not a character, but search around the vicinity to see if there's a space that we could make into a camp that would be, would work as a resting spot. It's either that or return to the keep. Isn't a travel day.
Kenny looks like a fucking ghost at this point.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
I stopped talking to Kenyon.
He's looking right through it. You're like,
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
I don't think that. Oh boy.
Yep. Yep. That's the problem. Okay, so I talked to Tagwin and Embers. But the keep is close by, Kev, right? Like, or is that also
The keep will not be a journey to get there, but it will be one. There will be one check. There'll only be one roll. It should be relatively easy.
Okay.
Because you guys could take your time, but it would be, there is, even at easy, the dice do what the dice do sometimes. And in this game, you can't re-roll crit fails, so.
Well, thankfully, we have Fate on our side, so I'm sure roll 20 wouldn't go against that.
I can't remember what game it was on the weekend, but someone just got, like, fucking back to back to back to back, could not make a check to save their... Oh, it was Paradar. James just got like they had set up this incredible plan, and then James managed to roll like back to back to back shitty rolls, and then ended on a nat 1. And it's like, jeez, of course, roll 20.
Right.
Jeff, your name may have come up in the course of those rolls.
Yeah. Because then we know how it feels.
Yeah. I assume at some point, 15 years ago when Roll20 was a child, Jeff sort of shoved him out of line at some point. And it was just like, one day.
Yeah, basically. Right?
The old lady's curse. So are you looking for a campsite then, or...
So what do you guys think? Do you want to try to sneak back into the keep? Make a little bit of a quick journey, sneak back in, or do you want to try to camp out here somewhere?
Yeah, because in theory you could get back before, you might be able to get back just before sunrise.
Part of me wants to go and do that, and, try it, but I know it's a risk.
Yeah.
So I'm happy.
And we don't have to set out that in the morning. We could just tell Robot we didn't have the greatest sleep, and we're gonna hang out for the day, and have a proper rest in the keep.
Well, I think that the only problem is him seeing us returning from somewhere.
Well, if he sees us returning, we're toast. But if
Right, so we have to definitely be careful.
But we get into camp and we just say, we got here late. Because we showed up in the middle of the night. We didn't get a full sleep. We're gonna rest for a day before we head out. Hopefully, he's not thrown off, and then we can try and get ourselves into shape to at least make the trip to the tower or to the farmhouse if you want to stop there for another night.
I think, as a reminder, you guys had left planning with Robat as if you guys were going to join in trying to assault the Mother's stronghold.
Right.
They were going to organize their army. You guys were going to be an insertion force to try and rescue. It might have been to rescue the daughter, Morgana.
That definitely came up. That was on the 9th.
Yeah.
October 9th, we talked about that.
And if he is possessed in some way, or it's a changeling or something in his place, would they care about his sister enough to try and rescue her? But why not just storm the castle and destroy everyone?
I mean, I think all of it is a ruse for some reason, right? If they are working together, why would he want us to assault his mother anyway?
Maybe to set us up.
Is for... That is very possible. I think he might be be right.
Maybe it's just about gaining these creatures, and they want to consume us and turn us into more of them. Doesn't matter who we think we're fighting. Just get us in the right place and have us consumed.
That is a possibility. But
Back to the keep.
we could use it. Well, we could use it to our advantage by going back to the keep. We can keep our enemies close.
Someone just needs to be around to help me in case I don't bite my tongue fast enough.
I will stand with you.
So then, if that is the plan to return to the keep, we need to not stand on ceremony. And Amris, as the trailblazer, would you give us a hard ooh. I can't remember, is navigation a skill? Or is it survival?
Folklore or navigation?
Folklore or navigation. Yeah, that's for the Trailblazer. Were you the Trailblazer?
No, it's usually Naldo or Lakenir.
Okay, so Lakenir.
Okay.
This will be setting up the difficulty.
Okay. It's hard, you said, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. All right.
You want to fortune that?
I do.
Okay.
Come on. My what? I gotta go back to hard. Here we go. Hard. Here we go. Come on. Ah, closer, but no cigar.
Now you could fate that. What the fate would do,
You know what?
so you know what you're
Yeah,
getting out
okay.
of it. If you fate that, I'll give you as if it was a sublime success, meaning that the terrain difficulty will improve by 3 steps, going from hard all the way up to routine, which would mean that the check for endure that you all are going to have to make would then be routine plus 10.
Okay. Yeah, I think Legnier knows that this is, we're getting very close to whatever we've been sent here to do. So this is not a time to have, to take any risks. So he kind of realizes he hasn't gotten a good lay of the land, and he's gonna, do another quick circuit to try to make sure he's got the best, he's looking in the right directions and he's got the best potential route to take.
Okay.
So I will fate it.
All right. So I think there is almost subtly like the beating of wings when you feel you're going in the correct direction. And even though it is black and the moons are casting odd and confusing shadows through these trees, you are able to looking pretty good. Looking good, Darwin.
Starting them young.
Yeah.
All right. Good job, mister. He's very excited to show off his tattoos.
Very nice.
Yes.
Yeah, you managed to find a path that is actually, it feels like it is heartening to everyone. So would everyone give us either a survival or toughness check at routine plus 10?
I have my bounty hunter talent open, so I get a plus 10 on survival check.
Nice. So it'll be plus 20 for you total.
Probably gonna screw it up because it sounds like I'm bragging.
I saw it instantly, and then I lost it. Oh, there it is.
There we go. Success.
I was checking between my 2 options here. What was better? So here we go.
Oh,
Canyon, would you like to fortune that?
yes.
Of course, Madison. I'm gonna fucking fortune that. What do you think? Come on, Canyon. Plus 20. Critical
Oh, it
fail.
was supposed to be plus 20?
Plus
No,
20.
that was just for. I thought that was just for Dave.
No, it was plus 10 for you. Did you roll at plus 10 or did you roll at no modifier?
Yeah, no, the first one. Yeah, they were both at plus 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I think here's what we're going to do is You guys are making your way along. Kenyon, while the others seem to be borne by the wings of fate here, oh boy. Tell us first off what is going through your mind. Like, as all... You haven't seen him in a long time, but Sir Rabat was almost, something akin to a brother to you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I guess what's going through his head is mostly how long has he been gone? Like, how long has he been, in this state of what to me is dead, right? I mean,
yeah.
Basically.
So it might even be, tell me if I've got this wrong, it might even be that you're, almost, because imagine how exhausted, how tired you are, and how overly prone to emotion you would be at that stage too. Mm-hmm. Like, you may almost be sobbing as you're processing the worst of this stuff, which is why you suffer 20.
Oh my gosh.
You completely, I think you stop at one point and it's as if the entire woods is suddenly lit with a brilliant white light. And
Yikes.
That white light is dominated by a single edifice, and it is the Black Tower looming over everything. And you can see it begins to crumble and fall. And where it falls, giant molten rents in the earth are torn open. And this first stark white light that was blinding to you like some kind of alchemical bomb has become a malevolent orange shifting hue from liquefied rock and flames going and consuming all the land around. The charred Black Tower falls down, leaving more and more of this exposed, and you just stand staring. And once everyone kind of realizes as they're hustling along, wait, where's Kenyon? They have a chance to look back, and you just full on fall to your knees and are completely insensate. You've lost yourself to exhaustion and grief and despair.
Yes.
You hear the clatter of his heavy armor as he hits the ground. You guys are not going to be able to make it back in time. What do you guys do? Emrys, it's probably you who notices first, because you're the one who's going to make the awareness check at some point. So you're able to go back, and fortunately, Kenyon seems alive, but the shallowness of his breathing is very concerning. Like, you've seen this on, because you guys are mercenaries, you've seen this on forced marches with raw recruits and things like that.
Yeah, and I don't think any less of Kenyon for he's been going through a lot the last day and a half. So I think he'll whistle or whatever to get Tegwin and Lictor's attention and wave him back, and then it's like, guess we're setting up camp here or somewhere nearby. Kenyon can't go anywhere unless we're going to carry him, and that's going to wear down 2 more people.
Yes.
Yeah, I carrying him, it's not gonna hasten our travel in any way. So, and I'll look around. I guess we're here for now.
So
I can't do anything to help him until we stop anyway. So he's not gonna get any better until we make camp.
Do we want to try and find a campsite then?
Yeah, we're gonna have to find something. I mean, obviously not right here, but off this path somewhere.
So,
This is
Emrys,
really
fortunately,
bodies.
we'll roll Leknir's sublime result forward. So you're going to get a +10 to your either awareness or stealth check to find a campsite.
Well, I've got Prowler open for a +10 to stealth, so I'm going to go that route.
Okay.
Come on, roll 20.
Nice.
Yes.
So you're able to find a campsite that should be off the route that you took back and from that horror. So you are able to drag Kenyon for a short distance and make camp. So this will entitle you to complete a rekindling. So this is not going to be a safe location, but does anyone wish to... no one's suffered any injuries, right? No, any wounds? No one's damage condition is down?
No wounds for me.
Don't think so.
Okay.
No.
I don't think so. I think you guys had...
Peril.
last time you were in a scrap was those shades in that cabin. So then, why... would someone care to try and indulge in revelry to try and improve conditions? And even though Kenyon is unconscious, we'll let you, when he awakens, he'll still benefit from this. You can use charm to indulge in revelry. If everyone benefits from the result from revelry, you can also indulge in reflection, which is using education. Doing so only benefits yourself. But you choose one of those two to benefit from. You can choose to make a reflection roll while someone else makes a revelry roll for the benefit of everybody, but is anyone else...
And can more than one person benefit the whole group, or does only one of those successes
one
benefit
person
the whole group?
chooses to lead kind of the revelry. They make the charm check and everyone benefits from that.
Everybody. Okay. So I couldn't... So if Andrew did it, then I couldn't then do it again. To help
No, but what you could do
only
is,
one time. Yeah.
if, say, Andrew or Tagwin makes a charm check and Kenyon and Emrys decide to benefit from that and you decide not to, you could then do reflection.
Got it. Okay, cool. Does anybody want to be a reveler?
Emrys
Sorry,
is
go
not
ahead,
charming.
Dave.
Emrys is not very charming.
I mean, the problem is neither is Tagwin. So I need to...
38.
Me either. Maybe we should all go to our separate corners and just reflect on what we've witnessed.
We just all were go reflect. Doesn't help Kenyon at all.
How's everyone's training and education, though? That is a special
I'm
skill.
actually trained in education.
Oh, actually, wait, let me see.
And that's
Like, it might
Yeah,
actually...
right. I'm not. I'm
Yeah.
not trained in
So
it.
if you're not, then it's flip to fail for education.
yeah.
So
All right. Well, so I've got a fellowship of 46. Does anybody have better than that for doing charm?
You're better than us.
Yeah, better than me.
Okay.
okay,
All right. So maybe then I'll do it for the group.
okay.
And I think just, narratively, I'm sort of like kind of doing a combination of cheering them up. Just in general, like, kind of be a little bit more mirthful without trying to make light of any of these events that we've.
Well, if you
just
wish as
experienced.
well, Licknir, one thing to point out is that while all of them were together, if not friends, in the same Hallowed Hounds company, you were called here from Tule. So not only did you travel from the far north in order to reach here in response to whatever has brought everyone together, you traveled through a country going through hundreds or dozens, if not hundreds, of civil wars simultaneously in order to reach here safely.
Yeah.
So there is something guiding you guys here.
Yeah, I wouldn't have made it this far. I can say that about myself. This is not through my skill that I have arrived here. It's clearly by fate. And
Truly, if anything, I am a liability
Yeah.
to all of you.
you don't want me around. That's all I have to say. I mean, how have things been going since I showed up? Let me just ask you that. Your friend has been, taken over. The whole place is going to hell. Maybe it's me.
So, Licknir, why don't you go ahead and give us a charm check, please?
Not very confident anymore.
Here it goes. Come on. No.
Not a crit fail, though. You could fortune
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. For sure. Yes, let's do it. There we go.
Critical
success.
success.
Oh my goodness, we needed that.
Here we go.
Yeah.
So on a critical
We did the
success,
right thing.
everybody immediately improves 2 levels in their peril condition.
Oh yes.
Guess who's back to nothing?
There you go.
That is huge.
So, you guys, as you're talking this over, you see Kenyon's eyes kind of flutter and then awaken. And, yeah.
What? We've made camp.
Yes. And fate has spoken. We are on the right path, no matter how difficult it is.
And we're all joking about something. Ha ha ha. And she had a beard. Did you get that, Kenyon? Lecter's telling us the best story. And she had a beard. It's so funny.
So, a reminder, during a rekindling, no one's damaged right now, so that's fine. Because you're in an unsafe area, at the end of this, your peril condition will only go up by 1. But you can reslot. Anyone who's extinguished their technique, that is refreshed now. And you can freely reslot your talents or techniques if you choose to.
That was an interesting decision here.
Mm-hmm. So you're all a little hungry because you have not eaten, but you are able to get a good 6 hours of sleep. So it's probably about very late morning, nearly midday, when you guys finally, everyone gets their full sleep.
Wait, sorry, did we get some of our peril back or no?
You got 3 in total.
3 in total. Okay, one
Yep.
more. Yeah, that's what I was missing.
So what is the mood like around the camp? What is the plan now that it is daylight?
I mean, I would suggest that maybe the mood is kind of resigned to fate, not, no pun intended. But this is what must happen, and we just know that now we have to do it, despite the fact that it's going to be very difficult, not only physically to accomplish this, goal that we've, been sent here to achieve, but also emotionally. In many, more psychologically anyway, in many ways, because we just witnessed something horrifying that nearly, took us all out just upon seeing it. Who knows what else we might see when we confront these things directly. And then also for Kenyon especially, because of the relationship that this relates to, that's, he's had his whole life, essentially. He's gone. But at least I'm speaking for myself anyway. That's, I think, his, Leiknir's mood. Do we have a specific plan? Now that it's daytime? It seems like we were leaning toward going to the keep and confronting Robot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's I think what I would want to do the most.
Thing.
Yeah.
Well, how should we approach this? Should we pretend to still be his allies, and go? Because I believe we were going to go with some of his people, or something. Were we going to do the assault by ourselves? I think for some reason we were going to.
Maybe we need to size up his group.
So you saw there were a couple dozen of like men-at-arms and so forth that are among them. There's at least 2 other knights beyond Sir Robat, because it was Sir Robat and Sir Simonus, or Sir Simonus, and Lord Celestianus.
Yeah, perhaps we should try to contact Celestianus first. I don't know. I just have a feeling that
He knew something anyway.
something was going on with him that was unlike the others. Is the impression I got. Not that he was pleasant. He wasn't.
No, he was quite unpleasant.
Mm-hmm.
But
But he still may be human.
he still might be human. I say we speak with him.
Yeah. Well, if only there was a way to tell if it was a human or not.
I mean, I will say that I did sense some. It's like a smell almost, but there was something of the odd that was sort of infused into this keep where they live.
Would they
I did not
believe
know
this
what we know now? What it? I do not know the answer.
You wish to cut him.
I cut my hand in front of everybody else to show that I bleed real blood and that I'm not some creature.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And would they do the same? Would it matter? Maybe these creatures bleed real blood. Maybe it's the same kind of hand. I don't know.
It's hard to know.
Yeah.
If only we understood. Does anybody have any way of understanding or asking a question of the odd?
Not in that way. I can potentially see things if if the odd is present. Is broken, if the veil is broken in a place.
So if you push somebody in a conversation to push them beyond their normal means, would whatever is within them come out, and would that not come out, but like would it surface enough for you to be able to know?
I may know upon seeing them now that we have learned all of this about what is going on.
Do you remember which
Earlier, I didn't know.
which remnants you have access to?
Yes. Remnants of deceit.
Deceit, and I think there's 2, isn't there?
Esoteria. Yeah.
And esoteria. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't even think to look there.
Well, I mean, there's no fireball, so why would you bother, right? Like,
I know.
these
It's like
spells
this whole spell section is pointless. It should be every page should be a different kind of fireball.
Exactly.
Oh, blue fireball, cool.
Oh, jeez.
Green fire.
I was reading the Hero System Grimoire earlier this week on a whim about something else, and I was thinking about you, George, when I was reading. I'm like, boy, there's a lot of fucking fire spells in this Grimoire. So.
Yeah, I love it. So you're looking at vitiations, Kev? Is that right?
Yeah, I'm wondering because the vitiations, like you can call on any of the ones under deceit and any of the ones under esoteria at the imp level.
Right.
There is a cost to it, but
one of the things I wish they had, and maybe I should just do it for myself, is have one of those. Remember in 3rd edition 3.5 D&D, there would be like a tiny little phrase that would tell you about every spell, just right there.
Yep.
Even though you didn't get the whole thing, you got the basic idea.
Yeah.
I might go back and do that for these vitiations, because I think it'd be helpful. And there's not that many of them.
No, and I do like that they haven't tried to do something clever where they've, I think his games are fucking fantastic, but Kevin Crawford where he's intentionally naming it something obtuse. So you're like, what is this? The buzzing wasps of... Wait, is this his fucking magic missile? What? Why are you calling it this? Just... Good God.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
There's some... It is known. I don't know what that one is.
Would that be something to consider between?
Yeah, maybe. I think maybe. I don't want to slow down the game.
Well, no, also because it would take you. I think most of these would take time in order to
That's true, too.
execute anyway. So. For the
true.
time remaining today, maybe a course of action would be
Yeah.
good. So let me ask you this. I think because Emrys is, sinister-minded in a way, what's your excuse going to be for getting back in? Not the first time you've had to sneak out and sneak back into something. So assuming that your absence has been noted, how are you planning on getting yourself back in, and what is the excuse you're giving for your absence?
Well, best lies have a portion of truth in them. And I caught a thief who was rummaging through the stores. She'd been struck by her superior and was trying to escape camp. And we made off after her to try and... But eventually she eluded us in the forest, and we had to rest because it was so exhausting. And, we're on our way back.
Okay.
Like it. That's good.
All right. Then, why don't... No, you wanted to try and find her before you went back as well, right?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I said that, didn't I?
Well, I think it's a good idea, actually, because she could be helpful.
And I mean, also, she is in danger.
Yeah, that is true.
There's that.
Just find another place to live. Or go hang out at the farmhouse and we'll find you later.
Yeah, I mean, it's been... With her age, she may have been born before the Betrayers' War broke out. So maybe she has a memory of a time before the entire Carcass Nations fell apart, but... What I'll get you to do then is, why don't you give us give us an easy survival check there, Emrys.
Survival?
Yeah, please.
I'm a survivor. Alright, I have my +10.
Okay. I'm going to move us over to Malgrave Keep as well. Oh, you know what I can take advantage of is... Boom, look at that, guys.
How would I try that again, Kev?
Yeah. That's a huge chance of success on that.
Jeez, that's crazy.
Yeah, because you said easy and I get a +10 from my bounty hunter, so I'm like, oh, how does that even happen?
Oh my god.
Roll 20.
All right, so
This is where it gets good.
why don't you give us a... Trying to decide if it's two... It's not a crit fail. Why don't you roll 2 chaos dice for us, please, Emrys? So you find evidence that she was here at one point. You find the camp of someone. Yeah, like you're able to track that down. But it seems as if something else has been through here as well. You fortunately do not find any blood.
Maybe she just booked her.
But something... It is a disturbed camp. Either something has found where she was after she has left, or she has left. But after about 2 hours of looking, so you're just past noon now, no sign of where she may have gone.
Okay.
What do you guys do?
Waltz back into camp like we own the place.
Okay.
Yeah.
So shortly after, when you guys approach, and as you're approaching the gates, the guards look over and like, they're looking for you. So see you, Kenyon.
Yeah, of course.
So if you come in, I think
We're right here.
the three within the kind of debris filled courtyard. So Robat, who seems just like word has reached him that you have returned. So Celestianus, who has his usual glowering look on his face, and coming in pretty fucking hot is Sir Simonis. He has the look of one ready to engage in a scrap of one form or another, whether verbal sparring or steel. But as they're making their way over, Sir Lord Celestianus, I think, is the first one to speak. And he says, "Where were you? Explain yourselves." And Sir Robat puts his hand up as if to calm him down and says, "Kenyon, where did you all go? And why are you back so late in the day?"
We were... we went out on patrol.
Lord Celestianus says, "Who ordered you to do so?"
Who orders us here? Are we not here to protect Sir Robat?
"You're here to serve Sir Robat. Mercenary?" Sir Simonis seems to be getting even more agitated and kind of... Sir Robat says, "Sir Kenyon, you arrived exhausted at night. You left at night and then wandered back."
There's much danger about. We've seen it on the way here. We were concerned it had followed us.
Why don't you give us a charm check there? Oh, no, this is deceit. Should give us a guile check there, Kenyon.
Here we go. Come on, roll 20. Nope.
You want to fortune that?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, let's try one more time.
Roll 20.
Come on, roll 20.
Come on.
Yeah!
Nice.
Haha.
Okay. So, Sir Robat, you will have to do better than that, Kenyon. Why did you really go?
Give her up, Kenyon. We don't need to protect her. Who's a thief?
Right.
Lord Celestianus' eyes are darting back and forth like a fucking viper looking to strike. What? Who is she?
One of yours. Do I know the girl's name?
I don't think we got her name.
I don't think you got it, no.
So, yeah.
It's the thief, we called her.
Yeah, just
Cool.
Dammers, you were the one who spotted her, weren't you?
Yeah. I went looking for bread to break last night before, but I spotted some young woman with a bruise in her face who was stealing from the pantry, and I followed her for a little bit, and she was making her way out of the town, so we investigated.
Sir Rabat looks over at Sir Simonis and then back at you. What did this girl look like?
I'll describe the scraggly blonde hair or whatever.
redhead?
Yeah, she's a redhead. Like, that would be something that would pretty stand out.
Yeah.
As soon as you say that, Celestianus and Robat both kind of look over at Simonis, and Simonis, just as angry as he was, is now just sort of directed inward, and you can feel the judgment of the others. Lord Celestianus says, "Did you find her? Slay her?"
Tried to catch up to her, tried tracking her in the night. Thought we had her for a while, and then we were too exhausted to come back, so we had to find a camp. Kenyon was near passing out, and we rested in the morning and made our way back.
Lord Celestianus looks at Lord Simonis and says, "We have you to thank for this rat gnawing at our supplies." And
And potentially giving away our location, which is why we went after her.
Lord Celestianus looks at you and he seems surprised. He's agreeing with you. Precisely. And he looks over at, he does not say fool, but you can see it in the look he gives Sir Simonis.
I'll lean over to Leknir. Is this woman? Is this, and I look over at Simonis. Is this his kid or what? Why is he looking all...
Lord Celestianus says his squire.
Oh.
Oh, so even worse, because he has a choice in whether or not he keeps her around.
And you can see Sir Simonis is about to say something to you, and Lord Celestianus says, best keep your tongue, Simonis. This one seems likely to strike back. And Simonis looks at him, furious, but Celestianus carries that gravitas of, he's been old noble for, when he was a young man. So no one's going to fuck with him. Simonis kind of turns and storms off. Lord Celestianus turns to Sir Robat and says, double the watch. We must catch her. And Robat agrees. If she has eluded Kenyon and his companions, it seems unlikely we will catch them, but I will do as you counsel. Kenyon, it seems I have you to thank for trying to address a problem caused by my own house. We thank you.
I didn't want to have to tell you.
Make yourselves at home, get rest, get food, and we will discuss the best approach to unseating my mother soon. He looks over at Celestianus, and Celestianus kind of nods. Welcome back. And Sir Robat turns to leave. Celestianus does starts walking away, then he kind of stops. He turns and comes back to stand near Tagwin. And he says, take care. Simonis holds grudges past the point of good sense.
I'll just give my spear a good tap into the ground. In fact, if there's a stone on the ground, I'll deliberately hit it to try to get it to ping as the pure, good quality, high quality weapon that this is. And I'll look from it to him and over to the back of Simonis as he's walking away. I'll just smirk. I've tangled with bigger and scarier men than him.
His eyebrow is very arched right now, and you can see just a slight kind of movement of his mustache and beard as a smirk goes up. He suppresses it because it would be unseemly for Lord Celestianus, but he says, I have no doubt. Once again gets back his grump back on, and then he turns and makes his way to Robat, or heads back to Robat to go for further planning. So it appears, guys, that you have returned to Malgrave Keep without incident, and seemingly without Robat being any the wiser. So that'll bring us to the end of tonight's session. Everyone gets one RP.
Not without some potential consequences.
I would say no incidents. I would say we didn't get caught.
Oh yeah, but literally he just said that this squireless, embarrassed knight might be a little butthurt and might want to do something about it. But I kind of hope he does.
He was butthurt yesterday before we even did anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Let me bring us back to the main screen. And remember to, if you wish to do that now, think about what you're going to spend your RP on if you've got enough to purchase anything. But for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for chapter, I want to say 10? Oh, 14. Holy shit. Chapter 14 of our Blackbird's Tale, The Truth in Ashes. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the campaign, or the game we're playing, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. There's also a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, where we have channels dedicated to our regular Night Below campaign, to the Zweihander games that Blackbirds is part of the collection. Actually, an interesting... Zweihander has just announced that they are opening up their license completely. They used to have a restricted license where you could do Zweihander-based games and publish them through Drive-Thru RPG. It is wide open right now. So games like Blackbirds or Frames of Freedom or whatnot, if you the open source or the open license for it has just like 2 days ago been announced, as well as Dan Fox, the author of Zweihander. He's got the rights back from it as well too. They were held briefly for a thing called World of Game Design. That runs like conventions and shit like that. But in any event, they were in the news recently, in the gaming news as well. But yeah, so if you dig Blackbirds, there's also a link in the description of the video to the quick start for this. So if this does look like a game you'd like to check out, you can do so, and you can find it pretty much Amazon, any bookseller in the North America at least, but Amazon worldwide, at least in Europe, the UK, and North America, because everybody got their copy either last Christmas or the Christmas before. There is also channels over on that Discord server for, it's a great fucking book. There's also channels that are dedicated to many other things, like finding a group or GM discussion or virtual tabletop selection. Great community over on the Dungeon Musings Discord server. Tons of helpful and knowledgeable and friendly people, so you're more than welcome to join us over there. There's also a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games, and I am thrilled to announce that we have our updated discount code finally. So through a fault of my own, it took me for fucking ever to get the discount code. We got a discount code that is good through till mid-January 2025. If you're not familiar, Noble Knight Games is the preeminent unionized retailer of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America. Not only do they have an incredible selection of new role-playing games, board games, and card games, they have an unmatched selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs. If they do not have something in stock in their extensive catalog that you're looking for, you can put it on a want list, and they'll send you an email when it comes in. And when you make a purchase through their website of $10 or more, be sure to enter the code MuserFrost. And you will save at checkout, and you will save yourself 10% on your purchase. There's a list down below that has that discount code. All caps, all one word. There's also a link down below to something called Heroes Save Villages, which is the charity fundraising campaign we run on the channel. It benefits the SOS Children's Villages International Charity, a terrific organization active in over 130 countries, benefiting over 80,000 orphaned and abandoned children, including ongoing relief efforts in a bunch of different areas in the world. You can learn all about that through the link, and you can also make a donation through that link. Donations go directly to them. None of it goes to the channel or any other middleman. It just goes to help out the kids who are benefiting from SOS Children's Villages International's activities. And as a small way of saying thank you, if you have donated $25 or more since the start of the year, since the start of 2024, head on over to the Charity Initiatives channel and cast your vote for our next mashup session. The second half of 2024, we've been running a series of mashup games, taking classic adventures or modules or campaigns and running them with games they are not designed to be run with. Currently, we're having voting going on for the Rise of the Rune Lords campaign, originally published for Pathfinder First Edition, and there is some terrific selections that are in the runnings already, including Alternity and what was the other one that was voted for? Soulbound and Zweihander. Zweihander just got a vote today. So in addition, there'll be one more mashup session after that. And of course, all donations go directly to SOS Children's Villages International. None of it goes to the channel or any other middleman. It just goes to benefit the kids who are serviced by them. The last thing I will say is a huge thank you to our stalwart Blackbirds. So Dave, Jeffrey, Andrew, and George, thank you so much for playing today, guys. It was a lot of fun seeing getting yourself back into the castle. I will say the whole thing of you passing out too, that just and I think that's a very fucking cool, you know, function of the mechanics of travel and so forth that just we wouldn't have planned for, right? Like it would not have been something we would have anticipated in any other game. It just, because you happen to pass out, now you guys have to deal with lying to get yourself back in, right? So very cool stuff. Then we'll be back in the Carcass Nations to see what our heroes are going, our Blackbirds are going to do next to deal with these seemingly pernicious problems. But until then, we hope that we gave you a couple of hours to take your mind off the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that are besetting the beleaguered land of Elkland. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.
Yeah.